Amen, say man, amen, say man. Welcome back, boy. It's your boy Fun Live J. Amen. Say man, play man. If you play, you down, play man. You stank, amen. You brown, baby. For Green Bay, man. Become a Pack, man. Wig, zigzag like that maze, man. I'm so amazed, man. Look at Wemby, man. So inspirational.
Stay with it. Stay with it.
Full screen this for you.
In the open court. Reward the big man. Throw it at the rim. Wow. 22 points.
I can't even move my camera. Oh yeah, I can. Move it over here.
He may be the most watchable athlete in sports right now. If he's not the most, he's up there. Spurs pick up their third double-digit win over the Thunder this year, more than the rest of the NBA has combined. Spurs have won 4 of their 5 matchups against
combination.
In person? Yeah. Have you seen him play in person yet?
No.
You think it's something watching him on TV? See it in person.
Tell me.
It's like watching an alien play. You thought Kevin Durant was different. You thought Yao Ming was different. This is Yao Ming times 2, moving on the perimeter and handling the ball like Kevin Durant.
He is ridiculous. He is the most entertaining person to do highlights. I sit here and do highlights.
Bro, y'all can't tell me this dude Jay Will don't look like Duke, bro.
What I was saying there,
it's literally 2 Jaylens on the Thunder. I forgot that too. Wait, his name Jalen Williams? Jaden Williams?
But they're so young. Is San Antonio, in your mind, the biggest threat to OKC in the West?
They're a threat for sure. It's going to be hard to get through 3 series, whatever pathway you have. I think Denver is more built out and ready to compete at that level. They took them to 7 games last year. Denver's also banged up, but the Spurs are not active at this trade deadline. They could have made a move or two to increase their chances to win.
Hey man, say man, I got a pre-test after this, boy.
I kind of get it.
What do you think?
Nikola Jokic obviously going to be there. Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, what's going to happen with that is a really big thing with his hamstring.
Yeah.
But I will say young legs favor the young and favor the youth. And I think that the Spurs are the team knocking on the door. Obviously, they're 3-1 against OKC this year. I don't really care about the regular season, but I do believe their depth and their size and their length is going to have them best positioned to contend for a world title this season.
We'll see if somehow Giannis winds up in the mix in the West this year. It doesn't appear that it's headed in that direction. The other thing I wanted to get to here this morning is the Mavericks. All right, so the trade 10 times.
Man, playoffs, bro. Hurry up, bro. Get here, bro.
Blockbuster kind of deal in return.
Man, this man, LeBron about to retire in like 3 years. Bro, if LeBron end up back on the Cavs, bro, I know they gonna win a championship, bro.
A couple of days ago,
I already know they're gonna win the championship.
Just 29 games for the Mavericks due to a variety of injuries, and we're able to now show you the full return for Luka Doncic. The trade is now kind of official. The Mavericks end up with 5 players and 6 picks, including 3 first-round draft picks.
What does that have to do with Bon?
Wake up this morning and they
came here for Bon.
He's got absolutely nothing out of Anthony Davis. Does the trade look even worse than before?
Well, on paper, it looks horrible, but thank God we don't live our lives on the surface here, Greeny. You just got to do some research on it. So right now, look, you got to be able to compartmentalize those 2 things, right? Luka trade was one thing, and there's a whole story on the Luka trade with a guy like Nico Harrison. This is a separate situation, and if you're not in a situation where you're going to win now, with a guy like Anthony Davis has played 29 games in 2 years, 83 games overall, you get the most assets in return to build around a generational asset in Cooper Flag. That's what the Spurs are doing right now. They're saying, hey, we're buying into the next level. Cooper Flag can carry the flag for our team moving into the future. Now we're focused on building around him with young assets. I like the move of trading Anthony Davis.
Wendy, Cooper Flag.
Okay, first off, this trade is much worse than you've just said it out because it's a salary dump. You say 2 first-round picks. One of the picks is this year's Oklahoma City pick. That's going to be 29 or 30. The other one is top 20 protected. The pick that they got for Luka last year was, not in the lottery. These are not quality picks. This deal was done by Dallas to save money, and it's an indication of how far Anthony Davis' value has dropped because of his injury issues. But in all honesty, the Luka trade, and I know that the Mavericks fans are in their feelings about it and will be forever, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It's an interesting thing to talk about, but the reason it's irrelevant is Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag very well might end up being a better player than Luka Doncic. And I mean, it's still early, but this, not only that, I don't know if we've been so focused on the trade deadline. Cooper Flagg just had his best week of the season and is putting up jaw-dropping performances night after night, and the Mavericks are doing the exact correct thing, which is to clear out their bloated cap. They saved tens of millions of dollars in this. They cleared out players that they can now add to around Cooper Flagg. And frankly, they should lose every game the rest of the season, because Dallas doesn't control their draft after this year. So now they're going to have their pick, try to get it as high as possible, use the 30th pick in the draft, which whatever. I don't know what you're going to get with it. And wait for Cooper Flagg to develop into what I think is going to be a generational player.
I was going to say this.
Okay, Grady.
With a grain of salt. I've known Nico Harrison since I've been 17 years old. I am not advocating the fact that he traded Luka Doncic. But, you know, Nico's been around Kobe Bryant for most of his life. There are attributes and qualities that Nico saw on a day-to-day basis that led me to believe that he didn't think Luka was the right person to lead this team. I am going to tell you, from knowing Cooper Flagg and watching him, I guarantee you he shows up early every day. He stays late every day. There's a different kind of workman-like mentality as a leader, and having Kyrie Irving alongside of him, teaching him, it feels like that franchise is in better hands moving forward. That's just my opinion. It may be wrong. That's just how I feel.
Okay, it's certainly an interesting way of looking at it. Again, you can compartmentalize the two. One wrong doesn't make another right, or whatever I'm trying to say there. Let me finish up, Wendy, for the hour with you with this. What else are we watching today? We talked about Giannis. We'll see if anything happens there. What else do you have an eye on?
This video is not sponsored by DraftKings. Fuck DraftKings. They ain't even get my license. You know you need a permit because you ride a dick with no license.
There hasn't been a market for him. When I talk to NBA players about this, they cannot believe it. They cannot believe that nobody wants Ja Morant, because the guy is such an incredible talent. The issue is not just the baggage, Greeny, it is the contract. I think if he had 1 year left on his contract, teams would take this risk and buy low. Because it's 2 years, they just haven't gotten a deal. If there's going to be a team that does it today, I would want...
Heavy up Lions. They trying to downplay. No, this is yours, bro.
The other player I want to point out...
Please lead this nigga on the team.
But when the Clippers traded James Harden,
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Serious taking bids on Ivica Zubac.
Yeah, bro. He go to the Clippers or something.
If you'd have told me this guy would have been on the market 2 months ago,
he gotta stay in the West, bro. There's no way he gotta be going to the East, dude. The only East teams, he gotta go to the Hawks or the Heat, bro. That's literally it.
If he gets traded today, he is going to get traded for more than Anthony Davis got traded for. And he's going to get traded for more than Ja Morant would have been traded for. And that's just sort of the state of the league right now.
All in one piece. All in one piece. Peace out, y'all. Peace out. Peace out. W video. Oh, we got Chris Move. We got 2-in-1. We got 2-in-1. 2-in-1 video. 2-in-1.
Reached halfway there, insurance. We can't come to the phone right now because we're busy doing say work stuff.
Just work stuff.
The Golden State Warriors.
Chris Moore, talk to me. Platter, talk to me. Platter.
For Porzingis. Wow. Kuminga is gone. Even with Jimmy going down with injury, they're going to get rid of him, and they're going to go for another player that has a history of getting injured, Porzingis. It's an interesting trade because when he's there, he's a problem, and he will fit in well. They had to give up 2 players, though, to get him. And Kuminga, I mean, you've seen the coaches in the press conferences. They have been dissing Kuminga because they're claiming that his trade value, nobody wants to trade for him. So I don't know, maybe nobody really does want to trade for him, and this is all they could get. So they pulled the trigger. For the Hawks, Kuminga's very young, he's athletic, interesting fit. Buddy Hield, you know he can knock down some threes. So I think both teams are going to be happy with this. Everyone's still waiting to see what happens with Giannis, and a lot of these people have been capping, saying that the Warriors have the best offer. Come on, cuz. They got to injure Jimmy Butler, and now Kuminga's not even there, so he's not in the package. So now we should be able to put that to bed. But get in the comment section, Warriors fans, Hawks fans.
Man, I don't even know who won this trade, bro. Y'all can let me know, bro. I think the Warriors won this, bro, because they got Porzingis. Porzingis still a beast for real.
Earlier today, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they traded Lonzo Ball and 2 second-round picks to the Jags. And then the Clippers,
bro, that Jaren Jackson trade is retarded, bro.
And apparently, Chris Paul is not going to report
I never about to win
Toronto. So be out there. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with Chris Paul? It's kind of sad. This was his farewell season. He went back to the Clippers where he had a lot of success. They just traded him to Canada. That's tough.
That's tough.
The Chicago Bulls, they also traded Kobe White and Mike Conley Jr.
Tough assets, man. Tough assets, man.
Sexton, Ousmane Diong, and 3
Ooh, back up, boys. Stomp that like button. If you dislike this video, fair enough. Nigga, square up.
But then they're getting more guards, so they still have a bunch of guards on
Portland. It's terrible.
And then the Philadelphia 76ers, they traded Jared McCain to the Oklahoma City Thunder for a 2026 first-round pick and 3 second-round picks. That's interesting. Okay,
look at Curry, man.
Young blood. They got some picks out of it. There's still a few hours left for the deadline. We'll see if there's any shot clock cheese moves. Give that guy a mat. Merches.
W video smooth. W video smooth.
Shipping worldwide.
Clear the jump.
My songs. He quit the game.
All right, man. Make sure y'all like this video, man. Rings, bro. Skate along, run along, man. I'm out, man. Peace out, peace for all, man. I'm out.
And then the Clippers, they traded Chris Paul to the Raptors. And apparently, Chris Paul is not going to report